Hello and welcome. Today I'm at my mom's garden. About 2 months ago, I had come here to help her plant a new garden and add lots of beautiful perennials. This was a mess of weeds, and I'll link the video down below. So I added lots of beautiful flowers. Here are some beautiful dianthus that I added. I gotta cut back some of the spent blooms. She does have some weeds that I'll clean up. But all in all, it looks beautiful. Some sea thrift, which is also done blooming, and I'll take those off. She has a rose that's now in bloom. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's a little diseased, but maybe next year I can convince her to put in a different one. The columbine looks great, just some spent blooms, and then the hosta also took very nicely, so that's growing in quite beautifully. So I have to trim that back a little bit. Here are some of the snowcapped daisies that I brought and put in her garden. Some English daisies, the liriope, just looking beautiful, no blooms yet though. And the yarrow, which is looking fantastic. Just so many buds all over it. The veronica is looking beautiful. Some blooms are spent, so I do have to trim that back. And the lupin is just absolutely amazing, glorious. I love it so much. And now I can tell that the bunnies are eating my yarrow, because this is what it should look like for me. But something is definitely eating it, and I really think it's the bunnies. So over in this little area here, she's got a dead shrub. We thought it might come back, but nothing came back. So I'm going to put the coneflowers that I brought there. I'm going to put the powwow ones. And then here is the planter with some Spanish lavender. I'll have to trim that back, and then I'll put some more coneflowers in this little area. So here they are. Here's the echinacea powwow coneflowers I put in here, as well as one from bare root, and they look a little tethered because of the bunnies. But I just cleaned up the bed a little bit, took out some of the spent blooms, so she gets some more flowers. And then here is some Cheyenne Spirit coneflowers that I did from winter sowing, and so I popped them into these two little areas here to add more color, and then just cut back the spent blooms from the columbine. So yeah, but it's doing really well in her garden. And then back here I had another hosta I found in my yard, so I put that in here, and another little coneflower, and then just cut back the spent blooms from the lavender. And I think everything's looking great in her garden, doing really well without all the damage that I get from the bunnies. Over here, I just had to cut back a lot of the spent blooms, so it's not looking as colorful, but everything's looking great. I did spray the rose with some neem oil, because it's got some spotting issues there, some fungus issues, but otherwise everything's looking great. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.